Tech giant IBM has been working behind the scenes on a project that will support instantaneous foreign exchange payment and settlement in locations in more than 70 countries, supporting close to 50 different currencies and 45 different banks. Now, which blockchain have they chosen to do this? Stellar Lumens. Stay tuned.
I'm Seema Falke, and I'm one of the lead developers on WorldWire project. WorldWire, in a general, is a medium to wire the transactions from one financial institute to the other. We use Stellar as our ledger to submit transactions to. Everything is open source on Stellar, so it was very easy resource to learn and understand. I have been using three things in my everyday life when I'm working on Stellar. The first thing is the API documentation, the other thing is the lab, and the third thing is community resource. Documentation is really nicely, neatly done. That has been my Bible for every day. And the other thing is lab. The lab is connected to the test network, which is live. While I was developing, I used this lab as my starting point to construct an example of this transaction and understand how it works successfully and in terms of error conditions. We learn from failures. So anytime the transaction fails, you get the error back, and then you have to understand why it failed. The community is also useful in case if you don't understand why it is failing. Sometimes then you have to go and look for help. IBM has already established many years of trust with financial institutes. That is why this solution is going to work and be being successful.
Welcome back to another episode of your Digit Hustle News. Ladies and gentlemen, in this video, we're going to go back in time a bit. Okay, because it's important to know where we're coming from to understand where we're going. And today we're going to go back to the magical year of 2019 and a blog post written by Carlo R.W.D. Meyer, senior economist for MIFSA. Now, as you can see, according to his list here, he's been blogging for quite some time and he knows what he's talking about. And in this specific post, he speaks about IBM's WorldWire project. Okay, now this is big because this WorldWire project is essentially the skeletal system, the infrastructure if you will, for the new banking system. And I figured that you all would be interested in learning what this is, especially if you're holding Stellar Lumens, because if we come to the present, you can see on Stellar's site, IBM, the organization, the industry, cross-border payments, location, it's global. Stellar Lumens is getting ready to go global, ladies and gentlemen. And when the price hike happens, I want you guys to know why. So let's get into some details about the WorldWire project. So, according to IBM, this is the first blockchain-based network that integrates payments, messaging, clearing, and settlement on a single network. The WorldWire network will support instantaneous foreign exchange payment and settlement in locations in more than 70 different countries, supporting close to 50 currencies and 45 banking endpoints. This will definitely lead to growing competition in the payments industry. Now, why is something like WorldWire needed? Well, international money transfers, especially remittances, make up an important part of the global economy. Remittance payments, guys, would be your utility bills. I hinted to that on this channel before. Next time you get a utility statement, look at it really closely and see which words that you find. But continuing, according to the World Bank, migrants across the world sent an estimated $574 billion to relatives in their home countries in 2016. Current global payment systems, however, are not adequate enough for a high number of transactions that are happening across the globe. Nowadays, banks have to go through inefficient processes involving many intermediaries for both the clearing and settlement to conclude these transactions. Sending money across borders today is a time-consuming and costly process. So, like I said, guys, this was being discussed for years. This post that I'm giving you guys right now comes from 2019. And I know it may not be recent news, but this is the backbone of what we're dealing with here. And no one is talking about it. And when Stellar Lumens just all of a sudden goes to the moon, then all of the information about IBM WorldWire and all of the global payment technology that they've been working on behind the scenes is going to come to light. But I'm here to bring it to you first. So, what is WorldWire? Okay. On March 18th of 2019, IBM announced the launch of WorldWire, a global network for regulated financial institutions to simultaneously clear and settle cross-border payments in real time. First unveiled in October of 2018, WorldWire now has entered the production stage. So, keep in mind, by 2019, this is production stage. Fast forward to 2021, you see where we are. And we're going to take a look at this page too before we go, guys. But going forward, in a quote from Marie Wyatt, general manager of IBM's blockchain department, we've created a new type of payment network designed to accelerate remittances and transform cross-border payments to facilitate the movement of money in countries that need it most. By creating a network where financial institutions support multiple digital assets, we expect to spur innovation and improve financial inclusion worldwide. It says the platform is designed for fast and easy cross-border payments, foreign exchange remittances, thereby integrating payment messaging, clearing, and settlement on a single unified network. The aim of IBM's worldwide payment system is to remove the function of banking intermediaries to international payment options, thereby lowering the cost at the same time the transaction speed. This may be the most important piece of this video, guys, because they stated clearly here. The aim of IBM worldwide wire payment system is to remove the function of banking intermediaries to international payment options, lowering the cost and the speed. So, you're looking to make $1 million, you got to solve $1 million problem. More bullish way to put that. If you're looking to make $1 billion, you have to solve $1 billion problem. Stellar Lumens is solving $1 billion problem, and they're partnered with IBM. Now, like I said, fast forward to today, and this is Stellar's website, okay? The problem: everyday financial institutions move trillions of dollars from country to country and currency to currency using a payment system designed over 50 years ago. It's slow, expensive, and unnecessarily complicated. The solution: IBM WorldWire, piloted by connecting larger scale financial institutions to Stellar via a publicly permissioned network. Implementation: regulated financial institutions applied to join WorldWire and were selected by IBM. These institutions connected to WorldWire's APIs to submit transactions to the Stellar network. So, financial institutions, regulated. What is the theme of discussion right now in the ecosystem when it comes to crypto? Regulation. The whole situation with XRP and the SEC is about regulation. The SEC and Library is about regulation. That's the narrative. Once this passes, and it will, it has to, that's the agenda. Stellar Lumens, XRP, and all of the other cryptocurrencies that specifically focus on digital payments will soar. It will soar. So, I bring this to you so that you stay well informed as to who the players are, what they're doing, and where they're headed. Okay. Now, not going to take up too much time in this video, guys. You know, I'm always going to leave you with more information in which you arrive. So make sure you stick around for an unlisted video from IBM discussing this technology from 2019. So with that being said, guys, I just want to thank you for coming back to the channel. We are over 1,000 subs. I have to do something. I have to figure out how to do a live stream. I'm sorry. I'll admit it. Full disclosure. I'm a rookie, but I am forever grateful. So don't forget to hit the like button, guys. Subscribe. Get down there with me in the comments. Make sure you check out the link section. Got links to my Twitter and KuCoin, Library, Big Clout. The list goes on, guys. Great tools for you down there in the link section. Don't forget to click that. But yeah, like I said, guys, thanks for coming back to the channel. And you know what I'm about to tell you. Have a great day. Have a prosperous day. Most importantly, make that money. I'll see you in the next video.
It's unacceptable that there's 2 billion people in the world who don't have access to financial services. It's totally unacceptable. It turns out that with the traditional global payment infrastructure, it's actually more efficient to stuff $10,000 in a FedEx envelope and FedEx it. We should not be FedExing money. That's a terrible idea. But that's why it's so ridiculous that modern technology hasn't provided a way to optimize the movement of money around the world, right? When it becomes more efficient to FedEx cash, something is wrong. It would be awesome if every bank in the world had a correspondent bank account with every other bank in the world, but that's just not realistic. That's not feasible, at least not until now. If everybody is using a distributed ledger, a shared ledger, we now have the capacity to represent bank balances on each other in one system. And that's really where the efficiencies come, as you eliminate these hops, these intermediaries, because now every bank conceptually has a relationship with every other bank in the world. So we built a system that envisions that ultimate outcome. We call that system WorldWire. So WorldWire is a network of networks that is built on top of the Stellar protocol, which provides a blockchain protocol that is tailored and tuned for the transfer of value and for the store of value through the issuance of many different types of digital assets. We chose Stellar because it has thought about scalability. It's rethought the underlying mechanics, and some of them are quite complex. When you think of distributed computing and consensus algorithms, these are, not trivial things. The other benefit of Stellar provides an amazingly simple way to issue digital assets, which is really paramount to the use and the vision behind the WorldWire system. Stellar provides a good bridge for us between this purely private network and this completely open Wild West network that we know as Bitcoin, where we can actually create a subnetwork, if you will, where we can enforce certain rules on the participants, but not give up the transparency and the openness of having an open network. Global payments, at least in the markets where we're starting, which is small value, retail, remittance payments, this needs to be open. It needs to be transparent because there's thousands of players who could come to the network and add value. The experience of working with Stellar has been really good and has been very well received. I think there have been a number of iterations or experiments or technologies that have come about since the advent of Bitcoin, since the light bulb went off, and I think Stellar got it right at the right time. Imagine a world where everybody has money. What does that world look like? And a lot of people in the world don't have money, not because they don't have good ideas, but because they don't have access to the networks where the money is exchanged. And that's what we're trying to do is break those barriers down. So when you combine all of what Stellar does and all of what IBM is trying to do with WorldWire, and you put those together, now all of a sudden you have a capability that has the potential to really change the world, to have an impact on humanity, and I think that's really cool.